It's championship time from the Calhoun County Softball Tournament. And we got the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets and the Alexandria Valley Cubs with Brandon Still. I'm Chase Robinson, and we've got a great game here. Oxford, White Plains, 8 innings. Oxford survived that one 10-7, but now they got the tough task of the #1 seed in Alexandria.
And they are hungry. Looks like the action's already started. We got Sarah Howell up to the plate.
And she has 2 strikes on her. Emma Rolfe is in the circle rather for the Alexandria Valley Cubs. She is an 8th grader, already verbally committed to the Auburn Tigers as she gives up a hit on the first batter. Sarah Howell gets on base. That will bring up Curry.
Nice hit by Howell right between the third base and shortstop to get on first.
Curry attempts the bunt there. It'll go foul.
Very effective bunter, too, in that last game.
Oxford had the bats going there in that last game, and they started off pretty well here tonight here in this second game. First batter gets a hit against, like I said, Emma Rolfe, the 8th grader. Ball lands just fair.
Wow.
An out is called.
First time I've ever seen that on the bunt. Picked it up, thought about first, and saw the runner going to second and got her out.
The runner at first held up there, thought maybe they would catch it. She kind of froze up. And by the time she got to second, there is an out called. So Curry on at first, which brings Brittany Champion up to the plate for the Jackets. Swing and a miss. Emma Rolfe has hit 68 miles per hour.
Wow.
As a pitcher, which is coming in hot.
I got to interview her before the game. She's an 8th grader, of course, and is committed to Auburn University.
And she has 2 strikes on Champion. The 0-2 pitch from Rolfe. A shot from Champion to right field to Bowers. And Curry will get around to third base.
Perfect place to hit it right there in the gap in right field. Nice hit. Good start for the Yellow Jackets.
Runners on the corner now, as Emily Thrasher will come up to the plate for the Jackets.
So how many games has this been for Oxford playing now?
This is their second tonight, or their third rather tonight. They started off with Pleasant Valley. Of course, they beat White Plains, and now here they face Alexandria. So their 3rd game in a row, which you know it's got to be wearing down on these ladies. Ball 1 for Thrasher. Last game we saw a combination of Meads and Thrasher in the circle for Oxford. Thrasher hits it to first base, and she is tagged out for out number 2.
Run scores, Oxford 1, Alexandria 0. 2 outs.
So Curry comes around and gets on the board. Champion moves over to second, so we got a 1-0 lead. As Ashlyn Miller comes to the plate now for Oxford. She fouls it off, sends it out into the parking lot.
I think that one tagged producer Jim's van.
Yeah, it may have.
Capacity crowd.
1 pitch to Miller. They'll say she went. Our umpires for this game, Mike Miller has moved behind the plate. Adrian Ford out to the bases. The 0-2 pitch from Rolfe to Miller is high, ball one.
I cannot believe an 8th grader can throw that hard.
She is a very specially talented young lady, and she gets a strikeout.
Mercy.
Ashlyn Miller goes down swinging, and Oxford comes out with 1 run. At the as we are in the middle of the first inning, we'll see Alexandria bats for the first time. When we come back, it's the Calhoun County Softball Championship on the Friday Night Network.
Gather your friends, grab your tent, and meet us at Talladega Super Speedway for the biggest party in NASCAR. Free camping is available all weekend for Sunday ticket holders. Plus, you can bring in your own soft-sided cooler filled with your favorite drinks and food. This is more than a race. This is Talladega.
Experience Talladega Super Speedway differently this year with the Kids VIP experience. Your kids can go behind the scenes, take a hot lap, a guided garage tour, or pose for a photo in Victory Lane. This is more than a race. This is Talladega.
Did you hear? You can get Cable One high-speed internet at an everyday low price. 100 megs, $55 a month, and save with free installation. All you have to do is call 855-CABLE-1. It's time to get the most out of your Wi-Fi with the best whole home streaming and surfing on all your devices. That's 100 megs, $55 a month, plus free installation. Now get high speeds like this at an incredible everyday low price. Get it now at 855-CABLE-1.
It is the Calhoun County Softball Championship for 2018, and we have got the Oxford Yellow Jackets and the Alexandria Valley Cubs playing for it all with Brandon Still. I'm Chase Robinson, joining you here from the beautiful Choccolocco Park.
Beautiful night, 70
Absolutely.
degrees, clear skies.
Maddie Wade leading off for the Valley Cubs. And we have got Emily Thrasher in the circle for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. To Wade. That ball was high. 1-1 is the count. Wade gets a piece of that one, sends it back. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
Miss Wade is an 11th grader. She wants to be a nurse practitioner.
Thrasher to Wade. She'll foul that one off. Send it out of the park. Count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Thrasher to Wade. Pops it up. Foul and out of play. Thrasher, the pitch to Wade is high. Count moves to 2-2.
Good eye by Wade. He'll find out the 2 strike there.
Wade gets on with a nice hit in that gap. She'll take second this time.
Keep going on to third.
And she gets the third. Nice hit from Maddie Wade. And she'll end up with 3 bases.
Alexandra getting into it.
And McKibben, Coach Wendy McKibben will come meet with her team after that miscue there. The Alexandria faithful are loud and proud tonight.
They got some competition. You know, the White Plains crowd was pretty intense.
It was. Good crowd on hand tonight.
It is. Beautiful night.
Couldn't ask for a better night for softball, and 2 good teams playing. Runners Runner on third. That is Maddie Wade. Leighton Sparks will step up to the plate for the Valley Cubs. Sparks, the second baseman. Thrasher to Sparks. Pop up. Miller off of her glove, and Wade comes in to score for the Valley Cubs, and we're tied at 1.
Just like that, Sparks hit it out there to right field, and the second baseman went out there, tried to catch it, and just bobbled it, and the runner scores.
So an error there on Miller.
You know, we've seen a couple of drops right there, you know,
Yep.
from the last game. There must be something with the lighting there, because I know these are good athletes here that just don't drop pop flies.
Maggie Phillips up to the plate now for the Valley Cubs. She takes strike 1.
Double zero, 11th grader.
She was the first baseman for the Cubs. Thrasher to Phillips, ball 1.
Asked her what her hobbies were. She said she just likes hitting the softball.
Well, there you go. Let's see what she can do here with a 1-1 count. Thrasher to Phillips. Pop up. And caught by Wilson for out number 1. Allison Bonds, the DP. Hitting is her specialty, and she is up to the plate now against Emily Thrasher.
12th grader.
1 out. Thrasher to Bonds. She takes strike 1.
Wants to attend Gadsden State and go into nursing. Need a bunch of them.
Yes. Oh, 1 pitch from Thrasher. Up to Bonds. And it will be foul. So strike 2. Champion got over there trying to get an out there, but it will go foul.
So what do you think? Do you think it helps you to have a game before this or sit out?
Well, you know, there's pros and cons to both. Alexandria being their first game, you know, they could be a little tight, but Oxford had plenty of time to get loose and kind of get the feel of things. And an errant pass there. Could have been trouble for Oxford, but Sparks will stay at first. Thrasher, 1-2 pitch to Bonds is high. Ball 2.
She's throwing some heat.
She is. She came in and saved the day for the Lady Jackets last game. Bonds pops it up. It's foul. Count stays at 2-2.
I'm not no physical therapist, but I do think the underhand motion is a lot better on the shoulder than that over.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Bonds puts the 2-2 pitch over the third base, and she gets on first.
Exactly where you want to hit it. Way to battle back.
That moves Leighton Sparks over to second. Millie Burt will come up to the plate for the Valley Cubs.
We got 1 out and runners on first and second.
Thrasher to Burt. It's high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Thrasher to Burt, swing and a miss. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off by Burt. That'll be strike 2. 1-2 strikes is the count with 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Valley Cubs. Alexandria has not lost a game in this tournament. Burt fouls it. Wilson grabs it for out number 2. And Ashley Phillips will come up to the plate now for Alexandria. And she fires one in the air, and the catch is made by Ashley Reeves for out number 3. We're tied up at 1 at the end of 1. Alexandria and Oxford playing for the championship of Calhoun County on the Friday Night Network.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
It is the Calhoun County Softball Championship game. Number 4 seed Oxford taking on the number 1 seed Alexandria here at the Choccolocco Park here in Oxford with Brandon Still. I'm Chase Robinson with some high school softball. Emma Rolfe in the circle for Alexandria, and Ashley Reeves is at the plate for the Jackets. Rolfe, ball high.
They want some heat.
The 1-0 pitch from Rolfe in for strike 1. One and one. Swing and a miss for Reeves. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rolfe to Reeves. Ball 2. Reeves makes contact over second base. She will get on first. Reeves will be playing at Snead State Community College next spring, as Emily Meads will come up to the plate now for Oxford. She will face Emma Rolfe for the first time. First pitch low. 1-0 is the count. Runner on first for Oxford. Swing and a miss for Meads. One and one. Meads makes contact to third, and error by the third baseman, Dreyer, Laney Dreyer, with the error for Alexandria, and that will bring Brian Hess out of the field. They'll meet up in the circle.
Just couldn't get that ball out of the glove.
As there you see Alexandria's roster there, and head coach Brian Hess. Several seniors and several juniors, but they got some young players. You see 2 8th graders, 2 9th graders on the roster there for Alexandria.
We got our Struts Wings as a sponsor tonight. It was nice enough to supply us for some wings tonight, and I'll tell you honest, they are the best wings in town.
Absolutely.
So if you're watching us, you need to get down there to Oxford and order you a batch because they are delicious.
Wilson up to the plate for Oxford. She'll face Emma Rolfe. Runners on first and second for the Lady Jackets. The pitch. Wilson fouls it off.
Oxford's bats have been kind of hot here the past couple innings.
Sure
They've been
have.
carrying over from the last game.
The 0-1 pitch from Rolfe to Wilson. She bunts it foul again. So no balls and 2 strikes.
You know, one thing I noticed on that roster for Alexandria, not too many seniors.
Yep. I believe just 2 seniors. Maybe 3 for Alexandria, which means a bright future. Rolfe with a strikeout.
Wow.
Swing and a miss, brings out number 1, and that brings Emma Stevens up to the plate for Oxford. Tied it up 1-1 here in the second inning. Championship game. If Oxford was to win this one, we're going to play another game, the if game. So if Alexandria wins, they'll be the county champions. But if Oxford wins, we'll play one more. Ball 1.
Because it's a double elimination.
It is double elimination tournament. Oxford fought their way back out of the loser's bracket to be here. This is their 3rd straight game. A foul ball for Stevens.
Barely foul.
That was close to hopping right over third base. That would have been a pretty hit.
Runners on second and first. 1 out.
1-1 pitch from Rolfe to Stevens. Out. They'll say she pulled her foot off the bag. Coach Brian Hess is going to go out to argue that one.
I thought her foot was on there when she tagged it, but we'll have to see this on the instant replay here.
As we take a look at the replay.
Boom. She's out.
Coach Hess is not happy with that call, and he is letting Adrian Ford know about it.
She stomped the bag when she caught it. Wonder if we can see that again on our instant replay. Here we go. Let's take a look at that one more time. Bam. Yeah, she's out. Force play, out.
Nonetheless, we'll have bases loaded now for the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Interesting call.
And that will take us back to the top of the lineup for Oxford, Sarah Howell. Howell puts it out deep, and some Yellow Jackets are going to score. Meads and Reeves both come in to score, and Oxford takes a 3-1 lead.
Wow, great hit. Right between center and right field.
Howell got every piece of that ball, got a double off of it.
Of course, they're still unhappy about that one call on the third base. That's getting Alexandria fired up here in the stands.
Coach Hess still letting our umpires know about that last call.
championship game. I can't blame him for being a little upset about that. Oh, he's going out there to give the umpire a little bit more of an earful. Nothing you can do about it now.
3-1 Oxford lead now. Coach Hess will head back to the dugout.
Well, after the game, he can go down to Struts, get him some wings, and come home and watch it on the FNN network.
Curry up to bat now for Oxford. The Jackets 3-1 lead, and runners on second, third. Rolfe to Curry. She fouls it off.
Got the fans fired up anyway.
It sure did. And you like a good atmosphere for a game like this, yeah. Curry fouls it off for strike 2. Alexandria coach Brian Hess got his 600th win earlier this season.
Oh, wow.
A couple of state championships under his belt. Alexandria has been a powerhouse in softball for many years. And that is a foul ball.
That third base line has been very popular.
It has.
Alexandria bringing their second baseman up. Might be expecting a bunt.
And a called strike 3.
Don't have to worry about it.
Curry. Emma Rolfe with her second strikeout of the day. 2 outs. Oxford still with runners on second and third. And a 3-1 lead. And Brittany Champion at the plate. She had a good hit her first at-bat. She fouls off the first pitch. She hit it to right field her last time up.
All these foul balls, I guess they're having a hard time getting around on that fast pitch of Rolfe.
Rolfe to Champion, strike 2.
She's putting a little bit more jam on the bread here the past couple of throws.
The 0-2 pitch from Rolfe. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for the 8th grader, Emma Rolfe. 2 runners left on base for Oxford. 3-1 lead, Yellow Jackets. We're back with the bottom half of the second on the Friday Night Network.
Banking local matters. When you keep your money here, it stays in the community to support local businesses and schools and farms. At First Bank of Alabama, we've been serving this area for more than 160 years. We care about our community and the people who live here. So when you bank here, you make being here better for all of us. First Bank of Alabama, the official bank of here. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. Come out this Saturday, April 14th at Janie Furnace from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our meet and greet. We're going to have sandwiches and light refreshments. We'd love for you to come out and just spend some time with us, get to meet us, walk around, introduce yourself, let us know who our supporters are. Also, it is very important on June 5th that you come out to vote. Every vote counts, and we're counting on yours.
We are back at Choccolocco Park, and we've got a good one for the Calhoun County Championship of softball. Brandon Still, Chase Robinson with you here. Oxford leads it 3-1 over the #1 seed Alexandria. Second inning action. Alexandria's Lainey Dreyer, third baseman, up to bat, facing Emily Thrasher.
Whoa.
She fouls one off.
No surprise out there in third, out there past third base.
Seen a lot of them go out there today.
One or two.
And a called strike. 0-2 is the count for Thrasher. Oh-2 pitch from Thrasher to Dreyer. She fouls it off. Will stay alive. As the foul ball will come back into play, we'll get that in. Thrasher to Dreyer, foul, out of play. Count stays at 0-2. The pitch to Dreyer, swing and a miss for the strike 3. Thrasher gets her first K of the game.
Uncharacteristic like Alexandria to be striking out.
Emma Rolfe, the 8th grade pitcher at the plate. She fouls it off. Thrasher to Rolfe, and she fouls it off. 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 pitch from Thrasher. Pop up. And Wilson makes the grab for out number 2. Alyssa Carrizales up to the plate now for Alexandria, facing Emily Thrasher. Ball 1. Pitch fouled off by Carrizales. That'll be strike 1. Thrasher, strike 2 against Carrizales. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball low, that'll bring up ball 2. 2-2 is the count. No runners on and 2 outs for the Valley Cubs. Thrasher to Carrizales. Outside, ball 3, full count.
You know, we talked about that earlier about playing the games and then having to sit out. It looks like Oxford is a little bit more warmed up and pumped up going into this game.
Thrasher to Carrizales. And Carrizales will reach base on balls, ball 4. And back to the top of the lineup, we will go Maddie Wade. With a runner on first and 2 outs. Wade hit a shot to left field, her first at bat, fouls it off this time. Thrasher to Wade, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch from Thrasher. is low, ball 2. Two, 1 pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And Maddie Wade at the plate for Alexandria. Pitch to Wade. And caught in left field for out number 3.
About the same spot she hit it earlier.
1 runner left on for the Valley Cubs. Oxford leads it 3-1 at the end of 2. We'll be back with the 3rd inning on the Friday Night Network.
Did you hear? You can get Cable One high-speed internet at an everyday low price. 100 megs, $55 a month, and save with free installation. All you have to do is call 855-CABLE-1. It's time to get the most out of your Wi-Fi with the best whole home streaming and surfing on all your devices. That's 100 megs, $55 a month, plus free installation. Now get high speeds like this at an incredible everyday low price. Get it now at 855-CABLE-1.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. I've spent my entire life coaching and teaching, 32 years of real public service. If elected, I pledge to be accessible and really listen so that I'll know your concerns. As your commissioner, I'll continue working with the existing facilities, making sure that you know that they're available. I'm aware of some of the concerns in our county and plan to work diligently to ensure that the needs are being addressed. On June 5th, I ask for your vote so that we can continue to make District 3 and Calhoun County a great place to live and work.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
Championship action. Oxford leads it 3-1. And Emily Thrasher is at bat. She gets contact on one, sends it out to center field. Caught by Maddie Wade. Out number 1. Brandon Still, Chase Robinson here with you at Choccolocco Park for the Calhoun County Softball Championship. Saw a good one in the losers bracket final. Oxford defeating White Plains. We've got a good one here in the championship.
Another good one. It's going to be hard to top that last one.
Yes, it is.
Mercy.
Miller at the plate for the Jackets. Ball 1.
Throwing a little low right now.
She's got the speed on it, though. Rolfe, 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. Two-0 pitch. Miller gets a hold of it, sends it to right field. Bowers makes the catch. Out number 2.
Great catch out there in right field.
Abby Bowers, the right fielder for Alexandria. And that brings Ashley Reeves to the plate for Oxford. She fouls it off.
Hawks are really aggressive at the plate.
The 0-1 pitch, low, ball 1. Reeves hits it down the third baseline. Way in the corner, and she'll get 2 bases off that hit.
Haven't seen many stay in the fair zone on that line, but one finally did.
So Reeves picks up the double. Now we'll bring up Emily Meads to the plate for Oxford. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. And a swing and a miss for Meads. Strike 1. Meads pops it up foul. Strike 2.
Two outs, 3-1, Oxford.
Rolfe to Meads. High ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Rolfe with the pitch, fouled off by Meads. Count stays at 1-2. Meads, swing and a miss for out number 3. That is the 6th strikeout on the day for Emma Rolfe. 3-1, Oxford lead. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 3rd inning on the Friday Night Network.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
Gather your friends, grab your tent, and meet us at Talladega Super Speedway for the biggest party in NASCAR. Free camping is available all weekend for Sunday ticket holders. Plus, you can bring in your own soft-sided cooler filled with your favorite drinks and food. This is more than a race. This is Talladega.
Experience Talladega Super Speedway differently this year with the Kids VIP experience. Your kids can go behind the scenes, take a hot lap, a guided garage tour, or pose for a photo in Victory Lane. This is more than a race. This is Talladega.
Back here at the Calhoun County Championship, Oxford leads Alexandria 3-1. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Alexandria swinging the bats here. They're the home team. As Leighton Sparks hits that one foul. Called strike. 0-2 for Emily Thrasher, who's in the circle for the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Sparks is a 12th grader. Wants to go to Gadsden and become a nurse.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Thrasher. Sparks hits it in the gap all the way down to the fence. And she'll hold up at 2.
She got every bit of that one. You can see that here on the instant replay. Nice drive out there to the outfield, right between center and right field. Picks her up a nice double.
So runner on second, no outs for Alexandria, and Maggie Phillips at the plate. Thrasher to Phillips. She hits it down the first baseline, and Champion is able to field it and get out number 1. Now we'll bring Allison Bonds to the plate now for Alexandria. Runner on 3rd. Passed ball, play at the plate. Sparks is safe. Take a look at the replay here. Ball got loose.
Here she comes across the plate.
And Alexandria, 3-2. Bonds still at the plate for Alexandria. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball high, makes it 2-0. Thrasher to Bonds, ball 3, 3-0 is the count.
Oh, I'd just take the pitch.
And that is ball 4. And Bonds will head down to the first base. Good call there, Brandon.
Yeah, felt it.
That's the second walk for Emily Thrasher. As Millie Burt will step up to the plate now for Alexandria. 3-2. Oxford in control, but we got a runner on first for Alexandria. Burt hits it foul.
That's got to be a lot of pitches for Thrasher. She's got to be feeling a little fatigued by now.
3rd straight game for Oxford. She's been in the circle a little bit in each game. We saw Coach McKibben kind of interchange them last game. So far through 3 innings, we've seen all Thrasher. Burt fouls off the second pitch, 0-2 count.
Two outs, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first.
Burt fouls it down third base. Count remains 0-2. 1 out. Oh-2 pitch from Thrasher to Burt. Ball 1.
Just kind of got this feel like something's going to happen, like or
Yep.
one of the other going to have a breakout inning here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Thrasher to Burt. Ball 2.
Yeah, she's got to be getting fatigued. You can tell her balls are getting a little bit slower.
And there is a strike 3. Second strikeout rather for Emily Thrasher. And that is out number 2. Now we'll bring Ashley Phillips to the plate for Alexandria. 2 outs, runner on first.
8th grader wants to play for Alabama.
Ball 1.
She was sitting next to Miss Rolfe when I was interviewing. You know, Rolfe's going to Auburn, so they kind of like snickered at each other there.
Inside pitch, ball 2.
Like Thrasher's getting a little frustrated with her pitches there. Not getting exactly what she's wanting by the umpire.
Thrasher to Phillips. Phillips gets a hold of one, puts it in the gap. That will get Bonds to second and Bonds to third. And Phillips to second.
Well, with 2 outs. Oxford up by 1 run. Could tie it up here.
3-2. Tying run on third.
This might be just giving Thrasher a little breathing time because I know she's tired.
Laney Dreyer will be up to the plate next for Alexandria.
10th grader. Used to play softball at Mercer.
Thrasher will remain in the circle for Oxford. Dreyer at the plate for Alexandria. She fouls it off. Dreyer sends one straight back up the middle. Bonds comes around to score. Phillips comes around to score. And Alexandria takes a 4-3 lead.
What a great hit. Let's look at that on the instant replay. Takes a nice hit right over Thrasher's head, right up the gut. 2-run score. Alexandria, like that, takes the lead, 4-3. You got to be thinking of a pitching change here.
We could see one as Coach McKibben comes out onto the field. As Emma Rolfe will be up to bat next for Alexandria. And Thrasher will be done. And Emily Meads comes into the game. Her first action today.
Yeah, Thrasher looks a little tired, fatigued there. She's coming off the field. Great, great, great pitching she showed the last game and part of this game.
And we very well could see her again. Like Coach McKibben has been interchanging them. Give Thrasher a little rest and put Meads in there and see what she can do. 2 outs here at the bottom of the third, and Alexandria up 4-3.
Gives a little time to talk about some severe weather. It's going to be rolling in here tomorrow. I was looking at the weather maps in between games. Looks like the system's kind of slowing down, so it looks like our thunderstorms will be rolling into the Calhoun-Talladega area sometime around 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock tomorrow. Damaging straight-line winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour, flooding rains, and a few possible spin-up tornadoes. So we need to be weather aware.
Absolutely, be very weather aware tomorrow. Meads to Rolfe. She pops it up. Out number 3. Caught by the catcher. And that will do it for the third inning. Alexandria takes the lead, though, 4-3 over the Oxford Yellow Jackets in the Calhoun County Championship on the Friday Night Network.
Did you hear? You can get Cable One high-speed internet at an everyday low price. 100 megs, $55 a month, and save with free installation. All you have to do is call 855-CABLE-1. It's time to get the most out of your Wi-Fi with the best whole home streaming and surfing on all your devices. That's 100 megs, $55 a month, plus free installation. Now get high speeds like this at an incredible everyday low price. Get it now at 855-CABLE-1.
Turn your old junk into quick cash. Head to Metters Auto Core Supply at 7435 Alabama Highway 144 in Alexandria today. They'll pay you cash for catalytic converters, copper, aluminum, brass, steel, cars, automotive cores, appliances, and much, much more. Not sure if they'll buy what you're selling? Call ahead at 256-892-0406. Get the money you need from the junk you don't want. Take it to Metters Auto Core Supply on Highway 144 in Alexandria. You'll leave happy with money in your pocket.
Back here at the Calhoun County Softball Championship at Choccolocco Park with Brandon Still. I'm Chase Robinson. We have an exciting high school softball game as Alexandria leads it 4-3 here as we head to the fourth inning. And Oxford is up to bat. And that will be Wilson at the plate for Oxford.
She's had a busy night.
Strike 2. Rolfe can get it down in there. A lot of speed on her balls.
Mercy.
0-2 pitch. Strike 3. One out for Alexandria.
How many strikeouts is for that young lady tonight?
8 strikeouts.
8?
8 strikeouts on the day.
Nice job.
Emma Stevens at the plate now for Oxford. That will be ball 1.
Barely a ball 1. Said she wants a pizza after this game.
The 1-0 pitch from Rolfe is in fair territory and bobbled around, kicked around, and that will put Stevens on second.
Easy double. You can see it here on the instant replay. Stepped out of the plate and banged one out there to left field. Looked like she was playing it up close and kind of kicked the ball, and easy double.
And that will bring us back to the top of the lineup with Sarah Howell at the plate. Ball 1.
What'd she do her first time at the bat?
She got out her first time and hit a shot to right field her last time up.
Right field.
She fouled that one off. She's the one that hit it deep out and right.
Yeah. Sure she'd like to get a nice base hit here and score the runner at second.
The 1-1 pitch from Rolfe. Popped up. And it is caught for out number 2 by the first baseman, Maggie Phillips.
Great job by Maggie. We hadn't seen many of them caught in foul territory tonight.
Curry makes her way up to the plate now for Oxford. She struck out her last time up. And a ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Rolfe to Curry. She hits it to short.
Nice
Tag
play.
out.
Decided to tag the runner instead of throwing it to first.
Ashley Phillips heads up play. Tagged Emma Stevens out for out number 3.
Felt the wind behind her.
Alexandria maintains a 4-3 lead here in the county championship on the Friday Night Network.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Back here at the Calhoun County Softball Championship, Alexandria leading 4-3 over the Oxford Yellow Jackets, as we have Alyssa Carrizales up to the plate for Alexandria. Brandon Still, I'm Chase Robinson, bringing you some high school softball action. Alexandria wins, they'll be the county champs. Oxford wins, we'll play another one. Meads in the circle for Oxford. Ball 1.
Had an interesting interview with her. She's a 12th grader, wants to go to Marion Military Institution and then go to South Alabama and play softball.
South Alabama, very good softball program. Meads to Carrizales. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. is the count.
Very serious young lady.
Meads to Carrizales, strike 2. Hold up, an illegal pitch was called, which will be 2 balls and 1 strike. Our base umpire, Adrian Ford, caught the illegal pitch. So Coach McKibben will want to ask him what she was doing. So illegal pitch is a ball, so we'll have 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, no harm there. Whatever it was.
2-1 pitch from Meads to Carrizales, high, ball 3. Three-one pitch, ball 4, and Carrizales will make her way down. First walk for Meads, and that will send us to the top of the lineup. Maddie Wade.
As hot as her bat is, you think they'll bunt?
That's a very good possibility. Move the runner around, and she's got some speed on her too. She showed no sign, ball 1.
She loves that left field.
She got a nice hit in left field first. Popped out second time at bat. This is her 3rd at bat here as we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Meads to Wade, strike 1. Carrizales at first base. No outs.
I'm sure Alexander want to extend this lead a little bit.
Meads to Wade, ball 2.
You know, the momentum's kind of changed a little bit here since Thresher's been taken out.
2 balls, 1 strike. No outs. Meads to Wade, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Runner on first. Meads to Wade, ball 4. So Carrizales moves over to second and Wade down to first. And here comes Coach McKibben. Let's see if she's going to make a change. She will. And Thrasher back out in the circle.
It is, isn't it? Wow.
Emily Thrasher returns to the circle for Oxford. Got a little rest, got some water in her, got to sit down a minute, rest her arm. Now she's back.
Competitive young lady.
The 4-3 lead for Alexandria. Bottom of the 4th inning. Now this will be a 7-inning game. The previous was ended up being an 8-inning game, but it was a 75-minute time limit game. But this is a 7-inning championship game here. As Leighton Sparks steps up to the plate for Alexandria. Hit it to right field her last time. Oh, strike 1.
Looks like she's trying to bunt there to get her runners over to second and third.
And strike 2 for Leighton Sparks.
Well, Thrasher ain't missing nothing. She come right back in here and
she hadn't missed a beat. 0-2 pitch. Thrasher to Sparks. High, ball 1. Thrasher gets it in, strike 3. Leighton Sparks goes down looking for out number 1. That brings Maggie Phillips to the plate, first baseman. Thrasher to Phillips. Ball 1.
Yeah, talking to Maggie before the game, I asked her, what do you like to do? She said, I just like to get hits.
Let's see if she can get one here. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. 1 out. Thrasher to Phillips. Strike. Two 2-1 pitch from Thrasher. Yeah! Phillips gets a hold of it.
Right.
It's deep, and it's gone. Maggie Phillips.
Told you she liked to get hits.
Center field. She definitely likes it. What a shot.
Let's see, that was about 220-something feet. Let's look at that on the instant replay by Miss Phillips. There's the pitch. There's the hit.
She got every bit of that ball.
Field. Boom. Love it.
Alexandria, 7-3 lead. Carrizales, Wade, of course, came around to score, and then Maggie Phillips with a bomb.
She had that serious look on her face before the game when I was interviewing her. What do you like to do? I like to get hits.
And she definitely got one. Allison Bonds up to the plate now for Alexandria. 1 out, ball 1.
Wow.
You kind of talked about a breakaway inning a minute ago. Alexandria could have one of those right here. Bonds, she's going to pop up, and out number 2.
What a dinger.
That was definitely a dinger. Millie Burt steps up to the plate now for Alexandria. 2 outs.
I don't think that one hit my truck.
Ball 1.
I thought about not parking there. I was like, nah, they won't hit it no 220-something feet.
Thrasher to Burt, strike 1.
I was wrong.
Maggie Phillips proved you wrong there.
She did.
Thrasher to Burt. She sends it down the right field line. She thought it was foul, but they call it fair. So Millie Burt will take first base.
I think they're a little upset with the first base umpire not making the quick decision there if it was fair or foul, because she kind of stopped in her tracks. Could have probably picked up a double on that. Alexandria's had no help with the officiating tonight, that's for sure. But hey, they got a
nice hit out of it.
They up by 4 runs.
And Ashley Phillips is up to the plate now. Foul ball, out of play.
8th grader.
0-1 pitch from Thrasher. Tipped and strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch. Pop up. Caught for out number 3. Alexandria got a bomb and some points on the board. 7-3, Alexandria lead at the end of 4. We'll be back with the 5th inning on the Friday Night Network.
And this should give us time to talk about the Clark's Lawn and Landscape. And there they are. You can see their beautiful work. You can call them at 256-452-8752. They're up in Jacksonville at 1579 Pelham Road. They do all kinds of landscaping, fire pits, seawalls. They can do your shrubs, put the bricklaying around everything, put out the cedar chips. And then, of course, you know, they do the landscaping as far as the lawnmowers go. It's that time of year again where it's time to break out the riding lawnmowers. And no sense doing that when you can just give Clark's a call at 256-452-8752. As you can see, they do beautiful, beautiful work. I know a lot of my neighbors use them. I'll probably have to give them a call here soon. My shrubs are looking a little rough.
Yep.
Why thinking of it?
Definitely go check out Clark's Lawn and Landscaping Service. Call them at 256-452-8752.
David Clark.
We're glad to have them sponsoring with us tonight for this great softball here from the Calhoun County Championship game.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I'm still excited about that dinger by Maggie Phillips.
Yes. Deep ball.
Something about it.
There you see the team rosters. There was Oxford, presented by the great folks over at Struts. We'll take a look at the Oxford Yellow Jackets there. Head coach Wendy McKibben.
Got Shelby Nelson, 12th grader. Let's see, who's else out there? Is that Amateur Wilson?
Nice hit down the third base line for Champion to start off the 5th inning. She'll get a double out of that one.
Wow. We're wearing that third base line out.
And that will bring Emily Thrasher up to the plate.
Hey, one thing Oxford proved in that last game, you can't rattle them.
Yeah, right. You were right about that. So Thrasher steps up now with a runner on second. Ball 1.
I know there's some Oxford fans out here in the stands, but I hadn't heard much of them.
Yeah, they've been quiet. We've definitely heard from the Valley Cubs. Ball 2.
There's no need. They can watch it on the FNN network.
That's exactly right.
Grab them some wings and in there at Struts. And watch the ball game. Turn on the old smart TV. And watch some great softball. Wow.
Thrasher sends it right back up the middle.
Is there anything she can't do?
Man.
Hit, pitch.
She is a talented softball player.
She'll be playing on the next level.
That's her second hit straight up the middle. So we got runners on first and third now.
I'd have to wear me a hockey mask.
Yeah.
It's Friday the 13th, too, so it'd just be perfect.
Ashlyn Miller up to the plate now. She hits a hard one, but it goes foul.
I ain't worried about that one. That hit the producer's truck.
Oh, 1 pitch. From Rolfe to Miller. She hits it in fair territory this time. Caught by the shortstop, Ashley Phillips, for out number 1. That brings Ashley Reeves, the Snead State signee, up to the plate.
Going to Snead, huh?
Going up to Boaz to Snead State.
That's a beautiful college up there.
It is. She swings and misses it for strike number 1. Runners on first and third for Oxford, as they are down 7-3 here in the championship game of Calhoun County. Rolfe to Reeves, strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch. Reeves fouls it off. Oh, 2 pitch. Low, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes on Ashley Reeves.
Only 1 out. Runners on the corner.
Pitch from Rolfe to Reeves. High fly ball. And caught by Bowers for out number 2. Runner comes in and scores for Oxford. That's Brittany Champion making it home.
Wow, she had an arm on her too. I think she could have made a bang-bang play there at the plate if they'd have let it go.
That brings Emily Meads to the plate.
Well, Oxford's chipping away there, aren't they?
Meads, fly ball to center, and it's caught for out number 3. So Oxford picks up 1. Alexandria leads it 7-4. We will be back with the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Calhoun County Championship on the Friday Night Network.
Banking local matters. When you keep your money here, it stays in the community to support local businesses and schools and farms. At First Bank of Alabama, we've been serving this area for more than 160 years. We care about our community and the people who live here. So when you bank here, you make being here better for all of us. First Bank of Alabama, the official bank of here. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. Come out this Saturday, April 14th at Janie Furnace from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our meet and greet. We're going to have sandwiches and light refreshments. We'd love for you to come out and just spend some time with us, get to meet us, walk around, introduce yourself, let us know who our supporters are. Also, it is very important on June 5th that you come out to vote. Every vote counts, and we're counting on yours.
Turn your old junk into quick cash. Head to Metters Auto Core Supply at 7435 Alabama Highway 144 in Alexandria today. They'll pay you cash for catalytic converters, copper, aluminum, brass, steel, cars, automotive cores, appliances, and much, much more. Not sure if they'll buy what you're selling? Call ahead at 256-892-0406. Get the money you need from the junk you don't want. Take it to Metters Auto Core Supply on Highway 144 in Alexandria. You'll leave happy with money in your pocket.
Back here at the Calhoun County Softball Championship, as Lainey Dreyer flies out to center field for out number 1. As we are in the bottom of the 5th, Alexandria at the plate, it is Emma Rolfe stepping up to bat now. And she lines out for out number 2 to third baseman Maria Wilson. That brings Alyssa Carrizales up. Strike 1. Thrasher to Carrizales, strike 2.
She didn't want to swing at that.
0-2, 2 outs. Thrasher, Carrizales Ball is low for ball one.
Well, Thrasher, once she got her some Gatorade and in the dugout, she came right back out hot at it.
She came back ready. Carrizales fouls this one, and it goes out of play.
Beautiful night, 70 degrees right now. The wind died down.
It did. Thrasher to Carrizales, high, inside, ball two. Ball three. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4, Carrizales. Her second, or actually all 3 at bats for Carrizales. She has been walked. So she is on first. And Maddie Wade back up to the plate.
She walked her last time at bat.
She walked her last time at bat.
She's hit a couple of dingers out there to left center.
And called strike one. 2 outs, runner on first for the Valley Cubs. Maddie Wade at the plate. Thrasher to Wade in the hole. Coach Hess is going to send her around. Safe at home, Carrizales. And Wade makes it all the way around to third.
Great shot. I think I called that. Left center. Loves it. See it right there on the instant replay. She got every bit of that right there in the gap. Alexandria adds to their lead.
8-4. Alexandria lead here. Maddie Wade is on third. 2 outs. And Leighton Sparks at the plate.
12th grader.
She sends one back up to second. Champion digs it out for out number 3. Alexandria adds one to the board. 8-4 lead for the Valley Cubs in the Calhoun County Championship. We'll be back with the 6th inning next on the Friday Night Network.
Experience Talladega Superspeedway differently this year with the Kids VIP experience. Your kids can go behind the scenes, take a hot lap, a guided garage tour, or pose for a photo in Victory Lane. This is more than a race. This is Talladega.
This is power. This is tradition. This is Talladega. The biggest party in NASCAR returns April 27th through 29th.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
We are back at Choccolocco Park. Calhoun County softball tournament action. Oxford and Alexandria. The Valley Cubs lead 8-4 as we enter the 6th inning. Oxford Yellow Jackets up to bat. It'll be Amelia Wilson. She lays down the bunt. Rolfe throws her out at first for out number 1. And that will bring Emma Stevens up to the plate. Now for Oxford. 1 out. Ball 1.
Got a little bit of breaking news. The United States has started bombing Syria.
Wow.
Hitting their chemical stockpile.
Emma Stevens will get on base. Hit between around second base. Runner on for Oxford with 1 out. And back to the top of the lineup, Sarah Howell. Pitch from Rolfe to Howell, tipped off the glove of Phillips. And Howell will get on.
Oxford bats are coming alive.
Runners on first and second now as Curry comes up to bat. One out. 6th inning, top of the 6th. Alexandria up 8-4. Rolfe in the circle for the Valley Cubs. And Curry is at the plate for Oxford. Rolfe to Curry. Fouled away. Oh, 1 pitch. They'll say she went, strike 2.
1 out, runners on second and first. Oxford trying to nip away at this lead that Alexandria's gained by 4 runs.
Curry fouls it away. Will remain 0-2.
Nice crowd here tonight. We got a nice audience watching at home on the FNN network.
Well, they're got some good softball to watch here. Rolfe to Curry to Phillips. She flips it over to third for out number 1. Foul away is Champion, her first strike. 2 outs, runners on first and second. 8-4 lead for Alexandria. Brittany Champion. Hard hit in the gap for Champion. The Yellow Jackets round to the bases. They'll pick up 2.
That'll nip away at the lead.
Sarah Howell comes in as well as Curry.
Look at that on the instant replay. There's the pitch. Champion gets it, drives it out there to left center field. Brings in a couple of runs, and now our lead has been nipped away. Alexandria 8, Oxford 6.
As Emily Thrasher comes up to the plate now. She's hit a couple shots right up the middle. Ball 1. A little bit of a wild pitch. And champion will advance a base on that one. Rolfe to Thrasher. Ball 2. Phillips will call timeout. We'll give Rolfe a little inspiration there. 2 balls, no strikes. 8-6 Alexandria lead. Runner on third for Oxford. Strike 1.
Still throwing the heat.
2 balls, 1 strike. Rolfe to Thrasher. Right back up the middle, but caught for out number 3. Oxford picks up a couple runs. We got a ball game here. Alexandria leads at 8-6. Calhoun County Championship on the Friday Night Network.
Did you hear? You can get Cable One high-speed internet at an everyday low price. 100 megs, $55 a month, and save with free installation. All you have to do is call 855-CABLE-1. It's time to get the most out of your Wi-Fi with the best whole home streaming and surfing on all your devices. That's 100 megs, $55 a month, plus free installation. Now get high speeds like this at an incredible everyday low price. Get it now at 855-CABLE-1.
Turn your old junk into quick cash. Head to Metters Auto Core Supply at 7435 Alabama Highway 144 in Alexandria today. They'll pay you cash for catalytic converters, copper, aluminum, brass, steel, cars, automotive cores, appliances, and much, much more. Not sure if they'll buy what you're selling? Call ahead at 256-892-0406. Get the money you need from the junk you don't want. Take it to Metters Auto Core Supply on Highway 144 in Alexandria. You'll leave happy with money in your pocket.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Alexandria leads at 8-6.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Look who's up to bat.
Maggie Phillips. Hit a bomb over center field last time up. She's got strike 1 on her this time. Thrasher in the circle for Oxford. To Phillips. This one to right field and caught for out number 1. Didn't quite as much on it that time.
No. Still traveled. I had to take a double look.
Allison Bond steps up to the plate now for Alexandria. Thrasher to Bonds, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Bonds fouls it off. The fans over there on the wall better heads up.
Wonder how many balls have been hit over there total.
One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Bonds. Ooh, pops one up. Center field, Reeves under it. She catches it, out 2. And that brings Millie Burt up to the plate for the Valley Cubs.
What a gorgeous night.
It sure is. Thrasher, strike 1. Thrasher to Burt, 0-1, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looks like our pitches are starting to slow down a little bit again.
Ball 2 outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Thrasher to Burt. She sends it over the shortstop's head. And she'll take first base.
Nice hit.
Ashley Phillips, the 8th grader, stepping up to the plate now for Alexandria. 2 outs. Thrasher. Ball 1.
Says she likes to eat that Struts chicken.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Thrasher. Phillips. Ball 2. Pop up right in front of short, and she'll get her out for out number 3. 8-6, Alexandria leads. Oxford's got to score some runs. And we come back at Calhoun County Championship on the FNN Network.
Turn your old junk into quick cash. Head to Metters Auto Core Supply at 7435 Alabama Highway 144 in Alexandria today. They'll pay you cash for catalytic converters, copper, aluminum, brass, steel, cars, automotive cores, appliances, and much, much more. Not sure if they'll buy what you're selling? Call ahead at 256-892-0406. Get the money you need from the junk you don't want. Take it to Metters Auto Core Supply on Highway 144 in Alexandria. You'll leave happy with money in your pocket.
We're back here at the Calhoun County Softball Championship. Alexandria leads 8-6, and they are 3 outs away from winning that Calhoun County Championship. And hey, how about some high school baseball action coming up this Monday? Alexandria hosting Ohatchee. That will be 5:45. Right here on FNNnetwork.com or on the FNN Facebook page. Again, that is Monday night Ohatchee at Alexandria. That's going to be a good one. Of course, Alexandria head coach Andy Shaw picking up his 500th win earlier this season.
500 wins.
500 wins.
Mercy. We just got some talented coaches and players in this area.
Top of the 7th. Alexandria 3 outs away from a championship. Ashlyn Miller says hold up, and she fires one up the middle. She'll make it on first base. Brings up Ashley Reeves.
Good way to start. Got a runner on first, no outs. Down by 2.
Rolfe to Reeves. Ball 1. Rolfe, Reeves. Lines out for out number 1.
Great catch.
1 out. That brings up Emily Meads. Rolfe to Meads. Fouls out of play.
Right on top of the producer's truck. Literally.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Rolfe to Meads, strike 2. Oh, 2. And ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Emily Meads at the plate. Rolfe to Meads, strike 3. Alexandria 1 out away from a Calhoun County championship.
1 out. No pressure.
Coach McKibben is going to, I believe, put in another hitter here.
I know what they're telling Miss Rolfe. You win this, we're going to go get you some pizza.
She would like that.
She loves pizza, she said.
2 outs.
I'm going to get me some Struts wings.
That sounds good, too. Runner on first for Oxford. Rolfe delivers the pitch, and this is strike.
And I got to text David Clark about coming doing some landscaping in my house.
Pitch up the middle to Rolfe. Out, and Alexandria is your 2018 Calhoun County champions on the softball diamond. Oxford putting up a tough fight. Playing their 3rd straight game. Coming out here, getting some hits, scoring some runs, but not enough to take down the Valley Cubs.
Yeah, it was some great hitting. Got to see a home run. They just kept fighting back there. Oxford did. Some definitely a lot of pitching changes there.
Yes.
Played the strategy. You know they were tired. But the Valley Cubs come out on top.
Alexandria, the 2018 Calhoun County softball champions.
Who won last year?
Oxford won last year. It was an Alexandria-Oxford County championship, and Oxford won that one. And Alexandria won the year before, so.
Okay, so it's kind of
a back and forth.
Well, big congratulations to the Alexandria Valley Cubs. I was really impressed.
Absolutely, as we're going to take a look at some highlights from this outstanding Calhoun County championship game. Thrasher to Burt. She sends it over the shortstop's head. And she'll take first base.
After that last game, mercy. Girls all played really good. If our viewers are not into girls softball, they need to watch these games. And
yes,
because I've never seen anything this exciting.
We had a couple of good games tonight. We're glad to bring along to bring it to you.
They're just so competitive.
Yes. Phillips gets a hold of one, puts it in the gap. get Bonds to second and Bonds to third. And Phillips to second.
Well, with 2 outs. Oxford up by 1 run. Could tie it up here.
3-2. Tying run on third.
This might be just giving Thresher a little breathing time because I know she's tired.
Phillips gets a hold of one, puts it in the gap. The 1-0 pitch from Rolfe is in fair territory and bobbled around, kicked around, and that will puts 2-1 pitch from Thrasher. Phillips gets a hold of it. It's deep, and it's gone. Maggie Phillips.
I'm watching great softball. Wow.
Thrasher sends it right back up the middle.
Is there anything she can't do?
Man.
Hit, pitch.
Thrasher to Wade in the hole. Coach Hess is going to send her around. Safe at home, Carazales. Hard hit in the gap for Champion. The Yellow Jackets round to the bases. Thrasher to Burt. She sends it over the shortstop's head. And she'll take first base. Saw some good highlights there from a good evening of softball. Alexandria is your 2018 Calhoun County champions in softball. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. For Brandon Still, I'm Chase Robinson, saying so long from Choccolocco Park.